Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw aboard Star Pride, part of the Windstar fleet. I'm here with a familiar face, Chris Prelog, who's the president of Windstar Cruises. And we're going to talk to Chris about this cruise and a lot of news that's going on with Windstar right now, as you probably have been reading. And you're going to find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Chris, first of all, thank you for inviting me on your President's Cruise. It's been fun. We've had a great time. It's really been. So let's talk about this cruise. First of all, we are on Star Pride, one of your stretch ships, and talk about this itinerary and where you're going. I mean, we've been to the Canaries, we went to Madeira, and this was, I think, only the second time you've done this with this one. What's the importance of that?
Well, first of all, thank you, James, for having me on your show. This is always great, and I love being.
It's your show here. It's your ship.
Well, it's your show, and it's on here on this ship. So we're super, super happy that you are here. This is really something new we're doing. We're taking the ship to the Canary Isles, and what we really can show there is different islands which are very different environmental ecosystems and landscapes, and really a lot of the culture and the food and the art you're seeing is so different. And like we just saw yesterday in Funchal, Madeira, it's a lush green island where you can do so many different things. So this is a new destination for us, and we're introducing it as part of a President's Cruise. We're inviting obviously our media and PR partners. We've got travel agents on board, and of course VIP guests. So this is a real fun cruise this week.
It has been, and it shows me. I mean, I never realized that the Canaries are such a volcanic series of islands. We saw some amazing volcanoes, some of them sort of active. I'm holding hot lava rocks. That was interesting. I dropped hot lava rocks, put it that way, and that was incredible. And then to go from there to Madeira, which is a different island group, part of Portugal, it was a very distant, where we got a chance to go down the toboggans, down the
Exactly.
which was quite adventurous. That was fun. But so you are going to be offering this cruise next year, right?
Yeah, correct. So we will have our sail ship, the Wind Spirit, in this area, and it will be there for the whole winter season. And so we'll be showing these beautiful islands to a lot of our Windstar guests. And there's a reason why they're called the Hawaii of Europe. They're truly very similar. There's very mild climate. There's really a lot of similarities around that, and I think our guests are gonna love it.
Yeah, and you actually were here as a kid, right?
Yeah, I've spent quite a few summer and winter vacations in the Canary Islands because it's an easy airlift from Europe. There's lots of airports and companies coming here. So yeah, I spent quite a few vacations here.
Yeah. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we are on one of your stretch ships, and I was lucky enough to be on the very first one with a press group. It was actually during COVID, and we had an interesting time. It was really wonderful because it was a beautiful ship. What has been the reception to the three stretched Star-class ships that you've had so far? Because you really now have had some time to get some feedback about what people like about them.
Yeah, James, it's been phenomenal. Honestly, the reception has been incredibly well. The difference between where we have our new suites and the previous suites in the flip of the bed at the window versus the couch at the window, the guests are loving the diversity, the differences they have in the suites. We've redone all the public rooms. As you can see, we not just put out a new carpet design as well. So they are constantly evolving. We've had only positive feedback, and as you know, we've done a lot of work on the technical platform, and that has worked really well as well. So really happy with those three ships.
And that also included two new restaurants, which you were able to put in your Stephen Reichlin Star Grill, and of course the Quadro. I always forget the name, but the
Quadro 44 by
44. We ate there the other night, which is your sort of Spanish tapas restaurant.
Right, with Anthony Sasso is leading that. So it's a fantastic, very casual, very energetic Spanish restaurant, and people love it.
Yeah, and of course, you increased the size of your spa as well, which was interesting. Which, fortunately, 7 days I didn't get a chance to do it here. But when I was on the first time, I did. I went to like 6-star spa treatments, so I guess I made up for the difference. Right?
Yeah, you did, and you should still go. You've got some time, maybe after in this afternoon. If the spa is fantastic, right? You can do so many different things, and it's really very large and appropriate for the ship size.
Well, so that's what the new stuff on that. Now, you actually started your career aboard one of these ships, but it was a seaborne ship back then. What's your take on what's happened to that ship since you first was here?
They look better than they've ever looked before, to be honest. They are so newly revamped. I'm so proud of what the team has done here and how they have evolved a platform which was a game changer when it came out. And they have changed the game again after the stretch. And so really proud of the team, of what they have achieved. And seeing it now as to not just what the guest areas look like, we have done a lot of stuff for the crew areas. We have new crew corridors, new crew restaurant, new crew recreation room, including a crew gym.
Yeah, you might even want to go back at the beginning and start over, right?
I may just go for that, yes. I'm not sure I could pull up those hours because they're working really, really well here on the ships. So, but it's really nice to see how the ships have evolved. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's great because it's really a great story that you have that you were on. I think it was Seaborn Legend, right?
Yeah, the Legend.
And which is the twin now. It's Star Legend, and Star Pride, of course, that we're on is a twin of that one. Yeah. So it really is. It's a great circle. It's a great it's amazing that you're here doing this. And it's appropriate. You've put a lot of time in a lot of different jobs to get up here, but now I'm so happy that you're here running this ship.
Yeah, it allows me to always look at things how the crew will deliver it, right? I have always an appreciation, of course, like many have, like our crew is delivering the product, and so it gives me that information.
No, that's great. Now, let's go to the big news, which you actually made at Seaborn, and we covered it then, but you're getting two pretty much brand new ships, one brand new, one it's still being built, and one that's already out there, and you're getting them from Mystic. So, first of all, what are the names of those two ships going to be, and what give us some details about those vessels?
Yes, so we're going to get one brand new ship and one a few years old. They're called Star Seeker. That's the first ship which will come out. Mm-hmm. It will come out in December next year in 2025. And it's currently being built. I'm actually going to see it in a couple of days when we're in Portugal. And those are Star Class style ships, all suites, 226 guests. Unmistakably, they will be a Windstar ship. They will have marinas, open bridges, a deck 5 forward, jacuzzi, all suites, large bathrooms. So there's a lot of commonality with our existing Star Class. And then we will have the Star Explorer join us in December of 2026. And will be converted just as much as the Star Seeker is being to the Windstar style of cruising.
So these are really appropriate sized ships for your fleet, right?
Yeah, it really is, because they're somewhere exactly in the middle between our small sailing ships of 148 guests and our Star Class with 312. So with 226, they're sort of in the middle, and I think they'll do really well.
Yeah. So let's talk about what those ships will give you. What kind of flexibility will they give you in terms of getting new itineraries and new places to go, new destinations?
Well, first of all, we announced it already, is that we are going to put a second ship into Tahiti. Yeah. We're really believing this is the bucket list item, the bucket list destination our guests love to go to, and putting the Wind class ship back into Tahiti after the full-on refurbishment we are doing as well on all our Wind class ships makes just total sense. So that will allow us to really hone in on Tahiti and French Polynesia, but we will expand our reach there as well, go to new islands in French Polynesia, including the Marquesas, the outer Tuamotus. So we'll really become the expert and the operator in Tahiti, since we've been there since 36 years. And then we are studying other locations we perhaps have been in the past to go back to, and it could be that we find ourselves in Alaska and in Asia again. We're still studying that a little bit, but that is certainly something our guests have asked us for, and also our travel agent community has asked for it. And so it will really allow us to explore more of the world. So I'm really excited about that, and will be great to see evolving.
Yeah, well, and also you have an upcoming mystery cruise, I think, which is going to go out of Athens, which everybody's very curious about. But this could give you could go a lot of I mean, Greece has so many islands, you could go exploring even more of those islands, right?
Yeah, and it really came from the idea of, let's not talk about where we're going, but let's enjoy who we are going with. And it's all about that. And so it's 8 days out of Athens. Nobody tells me where the ship is going because they know I usually share all the information. So, so it's all kept as a secret with the deployment
It's
team.
even a secret from you, right?
Yeah, nobody.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I will be on board. So I'll take it too. I look forward to it because it's all about that adventure sense in travel and what travel is meant to be, right? So we're really excited about that.
No, it sounds like it was a great idea when I remember you first launched it, and I kind of very curious about where you're going to go because there's so many different islands that you could go to. And now you mentioned earlier you did you're in the process or have renovated the Wind class.
Yes.
What exactly did you do to those ships?
So we already finished with the Windstar, our small sail ship. In the all the public areas have been renovated. The main lounge, the lobby, the staircases, the pool deck, the pool bar. We've done a lot of all the public restrooms as well. That's phase one. There's a second phase coming for all the corridors, the restaurants, and the cabins. We're doing this year phase one of Windstar, where we do all the public rooms as well in November. And then phase two will be in 2 years' time for all the cabins as well. And the same will happen for the Windstar. It's a major investment, but it's a complete refresh of all guest-facing areas. And I think that will really go down very well with our guests. They love to see the ships with a fresh Windstar already.
Yeah, and you got to say you're going to end up in a couple of years. You're going to have pretty much all new ships between the refurbishment of the Wind class, obviously the stretch of these 3 Star class ships, and of course the 2 new ships you're getting, right?
Absolutely, and we're already getting amazing feedback from the Windstar, who has done the phase one already. Guests are blown away how pretty it is and how in line with a sail ship. That whole romance of sailing is really reflective on the interior design, and so we've gotten amazing feedback already. So we know we're on the right track, and those ships will look like brand new when we're done with them.
Oh, one thing I forgot to ask: what are the 2 ships you're going to have in Tahiti now?
It will be the Windstar and
the recently renovated Windstar. Right?
Yeah, so she will come over, and the Star Breeze is already there.
Okay, see, that's a great combination there, and as you said, you can do a lot more in that area. I know you sometimes even go as far as Fiji and places like that. Right?
Correct, and that allows us to explore more of that and offer alternatives in the South Pacific.
Now, you mentioned you have the travel advisors on board here from some of your top sellers. Beyond having them on the cruise, what are you doing for travel advisors today? What are the new programs you have for advisors to help them better sell Windstar?
Well, first of all, I want to wish all the travel advisor a happy appreciation month, because May is the travel advisor appreciation month. So really, really glad that we can work with such an amazing community. And what we are doing is, first and foremost, we are actually upgrading our reservation system. And that is going to be a big step forward in terms of transactions, in terms of cruise bookings, and it will be much easier for the travel advisors to connect with us and get bookings done. The other thing is we obviously constantly update our travel advisor hub, where the latest information is available to them, and they can really ask questions and connect with us. And then we're doing a lot of webinars as well, so we've increased our presence in those. Where we really share news and information and what's going on with Windstar. And then, of course, we have a growing sales team as well, who is out and about, meeting with our travel advisor community as well to share the information for Windstar.
You got a great team, and I know a lot of them, the sales team you have, and a lot of them are on board here.
Yeah, and one of the things I'd really like to just be known is that any travel advisor can reach out to any one of us. We are super accessible. We can be reached. Our emails are known, and Diana and her team, they are very well known. You will always be able to reach us, and if you have any questions or comments or concerns, we are happy to talk and chat.
Fantastic. Now, so one of my last questions is, where do you position Windstar today in terms of, we kind of get caught in the luxury, premium, contemporary space, but this is a very unique product, and you were mentioning it the other day. It has to do with the type of guest you have, the crew that you have. There's really a Windstar spirit. You call yourself, 180 degrees difference. In fact, we had a little example of that earlier this cruise, but we won't talk about that. But I'll tell you, the hotel director put up the flag and it was upside down. And he won't live that down. That'll be for the rest of the time. Yeah, you haven't fired him yet. But he was laughing about it. We had a great laugh last night at the crew thing. He was making a joke about that too. But that's kind of like, it's a different kind of quality. It's a lot of fun. People have fun on board, and they kind of, there's a like-mindedness about being on board. So that is one difference that I see. But where do you position Windstar?
Yeah, I really do believe we are a little bit of a niche on our own. We definitely have luxurious amenities, right? With great food, great service, great amenities overall. But I think the vibe and the whole atmosphere, the social interaction of Windstar is very different. It's very unpretentious. It's not stiff. It's not programmed. People are quite laid back and casual and just really comfortable in their own skin, and nobody pretends to be somebody else, right? And so it's a very warm, casual atmosphere. And in fact, yesterday sort of came up to the Star Grill, and I looked around. It was just cocktail hour, right? And I saw a number of people sitting at the bar, a number of people sitting at the tables and at the couches we have there. And there was the live music, and people were chatting. Some people were playing cards. Some people were like having a really lively discussion, or some people were just listening to the music. This felt Windstar to me. So I actually made a video for my Instagram, and it's like,
you're getting big in Instagram now.
Yeah, I know. It's like, but this was like, that's the vibe. That's exactly what Windstar is all about. And so I thought, like, I better capture that and share it. But I think that's really who we are, and the interaction with our crew and officers, it's very similar. It's never forced. It's very caring. It's very, genuine, and I think that's what's coming through at the Windstar sort of vibe on board.
Well, I definitely saw that here, and you think sometimes small ships could have closed down at night. That's not the case with this ship. I was at the cruise show last night. It was packed. Every night has mostly been a lot of people in there, except when people are off dining on the islands. But then, as you said, up on deck where the Star Grill is, all doubles as the Star Bar, and a lot of people hang out there. So it's kind of cool.
Totally. And, and we use the whole ship for various different things. And so it could be full in the lounge, but like the line dancing on the deck barbecue, then it's completely full. Everyone wants to line dance with the crew. And so I think we're using the ship in a really, good manner, and the guests are enjoying it. We're doing a lot of outdoor activities. We have obviously our marinas, and where it allows, we will deploy that. So there's lots of things where there's activities built in as well.
Now, anything else you want to say to our 125,000 travel advisors out there about Windstar today, and also where they can get a hold of you and also get more information on Windstar?
Well, first of all, we love the travel advisor community. I'm very easily to reach. You can follow me on Instagram at Christopher Prelog. I'd love to connect with you. I'm posting regular updates there as well. We would love to work with you. This is Travel Advisor Appreciation Month. We truly appreciate you all here at Windstar Cruises. The team is going to work with you in a very diligent way. So look forward to be working with you, and hope to see you on Windstar Cruise very soon.
Well, Chris, again, congratulations first on the sort of the complete rejuvenation of your fleet and the addition of two more coming up, two more ships that are going to really be, I think, a great addition. New itineraries, new places like the Canaries, which is really an amazing itinerary. And also, you're sort of debuting almost all your cruising sometimes in the Med here, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we want to do. And as I mentioned, it's Travel Advisor Appreciation Month. There's a daily post on my Instagram, and there may be some fun with that. So check it out. That's what I wanted to mention.
All right, so check that one out. You'll see his Instagram account because that could lead to some other surprises coming up, I believe, if I recall.
180 degrees from ordinary, right?
Absolutely. I'm James Schillinglaw aboard Star Pride. It's the last day of this cruise, and boy, I wish we were just turning right around and going back to the Canaries, I got to tell you.
Thank you, James, for having me on the show. It's fantastic. Always love working with you, and so thank you very much.
Again, James Schillinglaw on Star Pride, and wish we were going farther.